really, 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 really love getting to see you just live in your element and just do the thing that you were put on this earth to do. And you do it so well.
Thanks, babe.
And
Heart and soul.
yeah, like you just are so free on stage, and your connection to your higher power,
Yeah.
whatever and whoever that is, and with the audience. And I get to be a part of that.
You waiting for the grand arrival?
I am. I'm waiting. Come on. It's 8:41 p.m. on a 41-degree day in Sydney. It's been a sweltering one.
It's been bloody hot today, that's for sure.
It's like we're doing a forecast.
Yeah.
Do you reckon I could be a weather reporter? Nah. Good.
I like how you just answered that yourself.
It's hot. It's bloody.
It's been hot, and I'm just glad that I remembered to bring the washing in before it got dark. That's my offstage life
well
today.
Done. Well done. Round of applause.
Yeah.
God, that sounds so sarcastic.
Lucky you're married to a Brit.
I'm not going to say what I'm thinking. But anyway.
Today we need to talk about
What?
how partners of musicians are very supportive and probably put up with a lot of shit. Just agreeing with that straight out.
110%. Yes.
So as my partner,
Yes.
and me being a part-time musician and playing whenever I can, what does being the partner of a musician look like to you in a nutshell? Just to summarize.
In a nutshell, to you specifically.
To me specifically, Pacific is an ocean. Specifically.
I don't know if I can summarize that into a nutshell, but I will try. Being the partner to you as a creative person in general, over the last 11 years, we've definitely gone through some waves.
We've had some life cycles for sure.
We've definitely had some life cycles. I'll speak more just currently for now as a partner of you who's, yes, you're a part-time musician, but you basically gig every single weekend of the year.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
What does life look like for you, for example, when I'm off gigging and I don't walk back through the door until 2 a.m.? What does life look like for you when you're not at a gig with me?
So it's a bit of a tough one because I can't sleep when you're not here. Luckily, we have our beautiful border collie, Bodhi, and he sleeps next to me when you're not here, which does help. Helps me feel safe.
Do you feel like
well.
you just need a presence next to you? Not like anyone, like, hey, mate, coming off the street.
No.
But a family member. So, like, obviously,
I wouldn't just have any family member
I think I'm digging a hole.
Let me just put it this way. I am used to you sleeping next to me in bed.
Yeah.
It's a comfort, and it's what I'm used to. You've only been basically full-time gigging.
Couple of years now.
For a couple of years now out of our 11-year relationship. So for the last 8 years, 9 years, I've been very used to you being there. So it is difficult, you not being here. I also then wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, mainly because our dog wants food.
He does.
And then I have to be super quiet because you still need sleep.
I feel like I would sleep through a lot though.
Yeah. But what happens is if it's on a Saturday, Sunday morning, half of our day is taken because you need sleep, you're knackered. You have a full-time job during the week as well. So
there's definitely some adjustment that you have had to have.
Massive
with
adjustments.
Me going back to gigging. Because just a little bit of history for those of you who don't know us or haven't watched the podcast before. I used to be a gigging musician. I do lots of tours with bands that I was in when we lived in England, and then moving countries. For me, I've had to network and start from scratch as a musician in a brand new country. Maybe that's going to be a whole new podcast.
Definitely.
But, that means that now that I am gigging at weekends in a covers band, you have also had to transition. Yeah.
Yeah. definitely. I've had to transition massively.
Yeah.
I think the other biggest thing is not having our weekends together anymore.
Yeah.
I've had to adjust to you not being here sometimes the whole weekend or maybe just one night of the weekend. But I think what a lot of people maybe don't realize, some would, especially for those who are regulars at your gigs
Yeah.
and who do go to a lot of gigs, is that a gig for you isn't just from 9 to 12, then
Mm.
just that affects me. Obviously, it starts
The
from
offstage portion,
the
which
offstage
is
portion starts from the afternoon. So we have to make sure that we're home from whatever we're doing on a Saturday, for
yeah,
example.
I've got to
Um,
get
you
ready.
have to get ready at 4 o'clock, start getting ready at 4, make sure you have dinner if it's not provided at the gig. You have to shower, get ready, get mentally
Yeah,
prepared
mentally prepared,
for the
load the
gig.
car with my equipment.
So get to the venue, set up, sound check, say hello to some people, say
Yeah.
hello to the band. I'm there sometimes when I go
Yeah.
and I have to just do my own thing
Yeah.
for a couple of hours. Then gig goes from 9 to 12. Then it's packed down.
Yeah, chat to some people, pack down as quickly as possible
And I'm
and get home.
absolutely knackered, by the way. Like, I'm not the one drumming,
No, but you
but I
dance.
dance like
Lauren
crazy.
dances like
hmm
crazy the whole time. You used to do headbanging, then you kind of
Then I hurt my
injured
neck
your neck.
and my back, so I can't headbang anymore. I just do little mini ones.
That's where the top knot comes in useful. So in contrast to those more challenging moments of having to adjust your own life schedule,
hmm
essentially having to maybe not sleep as well until I'm home. What are some of the highlights? Like there's got to be a payoff.
To what?
So you mentioned about how it's hard to sleep and you still have to get up
I'm
at
I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
Um, okay. So I'm sure it's different for every partner of a musician.
Yeah.
However, for me, I really, 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 really love getting to see you just live in your element and just do the thing that you were put on this earth to do. And you do it so well.
Thanks, babe.
And
Heart and soul.
yeah, like you just are so free on stage and your connection to your higher power,
Yeah.
whatever and whoever that is, and with the audience. And I get to be a part of that. So it's not even like it's just something that only you can be a part of
Yeah.
because I get to be able to come to these gigs.
Yeah,
I
of
get to be
course.
part of that experience along with
Everyone who's there
everyone
watching.
in
Yeah.
at the venue as well. So
So all the time that I spend rehearsing up here, all the initial time learning the whole set.
that was hectic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all worth it when you get to see the person that you love and care for in their element,
Yeah.
playing with their soul, with their
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest highlight for me.
Yeah.
Obviously, I love to go and experience it with when like I have friends come along.
Yeah. Different kind of
Yeah,
experience.
it's
Or the
different.
rest of the Frox family, the Frox
Yeah,
vibes.
but and because I used to be a dancer, music is part of who I am as
Mm.
well, and I get to dance, and you guys cover a lot of the songs that I love.
That's right.
So I get to dance for 3 hours straight, do a workout, have a few wines, and it's bloody brilliant.
That's good. I'm glad you enjoy it. Imagine if you didn't.
But yeah, they're probably like in regards to the actual gig, they're probably the highlights for
Yeah.
me. But the other highlights, I guess, on if you'd say the offstage
Mm.
highlights is the connection and community that it provides me and us, the family it's given us with the
Especially
band.
when we first moved back from
Yeah,
England, you were experiencing a lot of reverse culture
a
shock.
massive amount of grief and situational depression.
Yeah.
It was
So
that was a lot for me.
I guess the wider network of band members, partners, plus all the people that come and see the band
And the sound
has
techs,
provided
everyone
support to
involved.
us
Yeah.
in our daily lives.
And they've become friends and family. So
Yeah.
that's again a massive payoff
Mm,
for
mm.
us. But in relation to when we moved back from
England.
England,
That was a very dark time. Like
it was a dark time. Yeah.
lots had happened. when we first met, I was
You were
playing
going
in
through your
a
own dark time as well.
yeah, because when we first met, I was playing in a successful touring band in the UK
Yeah.
and Europe, but you had never seen me
No,
drum.
I hadn't. I literally hadn't.
And then by the time you moved to England, I had decided to leave that
Yeah.
band for a
Yeah.
multitude of reasons. And so there was this massive grieving.
For like 8 years. It
Yeah.
was a long time of grief.
And I think
What do you think it was?
it's a big topic because grieving a band, grieving that loss of identity, because I joined this band when I was in my mid
Little baby?
20s, little baby. Of course, at that age, I figured that I knew who I
Yeah.
was and that I hadn't had my identity, and being in the band I was in, like, really solidified, my identity was I was the drummer in that band.
Yeah.
This was my routine.
Yeah.
We'd go on tour, I'd teach drums when I wasn't on tour, and then when I left that band, like,
You felt
although
like you had nothing.
yeah, my identity was just stripped
It was
bare
stripped. Yeah.
completely, and although I still did short tours and I did gigs here and there with musicians, I wrote, recorded, and released my
Yeah,
own
you did bits
music.
and
I did
pieces.
bits and pieces, but I was heartbroken.
You were, and, like, there was a long period of time where you just wanted nothing to do with
Yeah.
anything to do with music, seeing concerts, like when we went to see Keith Urban,
Yeah.
who is brilliant, by the way. If you guys ever
Mm.
get a chance to see him in concert, him and his band, they're incredible. But when we were there, you just couldn't connect. You just
It
hated every minute of it.
Well, it just reminded me of everything that I
You
had lost.
thought you had lost and thought you
Yeah,
could have had.
and I just dissociated, and I wanted to enjoy it, but I couldn't trust music for so many years,
Yeah,
and I just had no motivation. I
no.
guess I wouldn't say I was depressed, but I definitely was grieving
I think
hardcore.
the biggest thing for you
Yeah.
was the loss of identity.
Yeah.
And I think that's because,
And you spend so much time with people, especially
yeah, you
when you
do.
tour. Um, so those friendships, those relationships come to an end.
The relationships come to an end. And like you said, the identity. So when the first 5 to 8 years of our relationship was
Yeah.
me supporting you while you were trying to figure out who you were again,
What I wanted to do, what I could do.
because 95% of your identity was wrapped
Yeah.
up in that band. And in hindsight, it worked out for the best,
Yeah.
clearly. But because it gave you the chance to rebuild yourself, not just as a singular identity, you
Mm.
became multifaceted again.
Yeah, I hadn't put all my eggs in one basket. I, I
But you're
studied
so
a few
much more than
things, and
a
yeah,
musician. That's
yeah.
part of a big part of who you are, but
It doesn't have to define you.
no, at all. And that was really, really tough, but you got there eventually.
Yeah.
It took a long time, but I can relate to it, like I said, when we moved back,
Yeah, because when you originally moved to England,
grieving Australia.
you were grieving Australia, but then you found your stride and
Yeah.
you embraced life in England.
Was living the life. I was
You
the
were the
Aussie in
Aussie in the
UK.
UK,
I was an
and
expat.
you just like everything you saw was new and exciting. The places we went, the people we met, just the infrastructure and the way things
It
are
was
done was
amazing.
different. And I feel like that inspired you and it brought you
It
out of
did.
your shell. And then what happened?
And then we moved back to
Yeah.
Australia, and all it honestly was like I'd come off tour, the Lauren tour,
Mm. Post-tour blues.
literally, and I'd come back home to Australia, back to the suburb where I was born and raised. No one had changed. Everyone's the same. Well, not no one's changed, but you know, and they
Things were the same.
things were the same, and everyone expected me to also be the same and say things like, But aren't you glad to be back home?" And I'm like,
No.
"Nah."
I just had this amazing adventure and now I'm back where
And
I
I'm like,
started.
"Oh, what is this?" Like,
It was
I
hard
was
for
living
people
this.
to understand what an amazing
And
life experience
no
you
one
had.
cared either because
They
they're
hadn't
which
experienced it.
isn't their fault. They're busy living their lives,
Yeah,
but no one no one could understand
unless
because
you've lived it.
yeah, and it's the same as being on tour as a any type of musician or creative
Yeah,
person,
or being in the army or maybe being a sports person that
anything that's
travels.
different to the norm, coming
Yeah,
back to
and you're just a
civilian
civvy
life,
again. Yeah,
and it's like, "What is this?" And that's really hard to
yeah,
get through, like, it took me a good 2 years to
mm,
get through that and assimilate back to civvy
yeah,
life, if you wanna put it in those
and to
terms.
find a new way of being in an old location.
Yeah, it was really hard, so I it wasn't until really that point that I truly could empathize
Mm,
with you
mm.
in regards to when you left the band
Yeah, because you
and
had your own relationships, like with people in the
yeah,
UK, friendships, work
yeah,
colleagues. You left your kind of safe environment of the
yeah,
job that you had there,
yeah,
and we also moved back here during COVID.
which was you do a
So
podcast just on that. That was hectic.
yeah, so like the world was different after that,
It was.
but still no one understood what you'd been through, what we'd been through, and I think we have to support ourselves through that. And as a couple, we supported each other through all of those moments, which is hard but rewarding because the growth that happens is so immense. Like,
Yeah.
I think I took from my 8-year struggle,
Sabbatical.
my 8-year sabbatical, that I have patience and perseverance, that I can get through really hard things, situations that happen.
Mm,
Like the grief was so,
it was immense.
yeah, debilitating on certain days
Yeah.
because the loss was just, it was everything. It was the people, the music, the community, the roadies, the booking agents, like everything suddenly wasn't there one day. So what did I have? Nothing.
You felt like you had
I felt
nothing,
like I had nothing.
which is still very real.
Yeah.
It is very real.
And I couldn't trust, musicians, as I said, music for a long time.
Yes, I no, for a long time. However, until I got my nails into you finally joining another band.
Yeah. Because I had looked online and dropped a few messages to people about maybe joining bands and
Hang on, no, it went more like you did that. You
yeah.
didn't tell me though. And this
Oh,
went on for
no.
months and months and months because we moved back and I was like, right, I've had enough of this shit. I've had enough of the self loathing, the misery, the
Mm,
excuses, the I miss music, but I'm not even going to listen to it. I'm not even going to touch it. I'm like, right, no, that's it. We're moving back to Australia. You're going to get into another band.
yeah.
So you did look, you inquired with a few people,
Nothing felt right.
but also they did get back to you, but you didn't
Uh,
go any further.
yeah, and I probably didn't communicate that to you
No, you didn't.
because, well, nothing happened, so
You knew that what
and
I
I
would
knew
make you
that you
do.
would, yeah, you would push me into continuing to try and find something,
So we were sitting one day in the Coles car park after a shop
which is a supermarket.
for all the non-Australians out
What are
there.
you gonna say for all the strippers out
No,
there?
there's non-Australians.
The non-Australians.
Non-Australians.
And I just dropped into conversation that
Yeah.
this band called The Frocks were looking for a drummer.
And I was like, the frogs,
I was like,
babe, you need to
"Have you heard of
audition.
them? Like, what's with this reaction?"
I was like, they've been around for like 20 plus years. They're an awesome professional covers band in Sydney.
Yeah.
I used to see them when I used to go out my younger
Yeah.
days. And I was like, no more excuses, babe. You are doing this.
Nothing to lose. Drop them a
I
message. You
don't
still can
care.
control the
But
situation.
I even think you were like, but do you realize, it's going to be gigging every weekend? I was like, listen, I knew what I was getting into when I met you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
supported you. And that's part of the reason why I loved you because you were so passionate about something. I don't care.
And when you don't have that passion, your light dims, you know?
Yeah. So I was like, get your bloody phone out. type an email to
And you were
Maria.
like, "Now, we're not leaving till you do it now."
Literally didn't leave the car park until you press
Yeah,
send.
yeah.
Had a phone call with Maria, and then you got an audition.
Did the audition,
We
got the
were
call
both
back.
bloody nervous too.
Yeah, that audition was hectic. My stomach was so churny. And I didn't have, because I hadn't played for so long, I had brought my music equipment to Australia, but I didn't have in-ears and I hadn't really played live with a click before, only in the studio. So I would say the audition wasn't that amazing, but I
But you
got,
clicked with the girls.
yeah, we clicked. And that was another thing, you know, everyone came to the pub after where you were and they wanted to meet you because they recognize that it's really important to have the support of your partners
It's
when
massive.
doing this kind of band because you are going to be not there.
And it's not like a 1 gig a month band, like they are
It's
busy.
booked a year in advance
Yeah,
pretty much every weekend, apart from a few where we have other stuff going on.
yeah,
So it was important for them to meet you, kind of, vibe you out.
yeah,
Um, so that's how I ended up joining the band, actually.
and the rest is history, and
It
here we
is.
are,
We're
and it's
here.
awesome,
It
and
is.
it's interesting to think about that
It's
actually.
it's interesting to go back in time and relive it actually because I think I'd forgotten some of that until I
Yeah,
thought about it now.
and I remember being, like, nervous that I was gonna meet them as well, which is funny because now they're like our family, and they're just the girls, and it's just really funny
Yeah,
how I'm like,
yeah.
I was so nervous, but now I'm just
Did you ever, because you'd heard of the band
yeah,
before, so when I had my audition and you met them,
uh-huh.
were you what were you feeling like seeing these kind of minor celebrities that you had heard of? Like, were you just like, "Oh, hey," or were you like, "Oh my god, it's the band"?
A little bit was like, "Oh my god, it's the band." I was trying to be on my most honest, best behavior for you as
Yeah.
well because
You wanna be yourself though.
I was yeah, of course I was myself. I would never be anything but I was nervous because I knew that, like, this was such a big thing for you. So I think any
Just kinda
nerves
holding the space in the
yeah,
background.
and any nerves that I felt was more because I was nervous and excited for you.
And you know me so well that you know
Yes.
how I would be feeling and thinking
Yes.
in that moment.
Yeah.
I think I was really quiet actually.
You were.
Yeah.
So I think I was doing most of the jabbering when we were at the pub, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it was exciting.
So I feel like we need to talk about a story from the weekend
Oh god.
because we like our story time on this podcast. Why don't you tell everyone what happened
This
at the
story
weekend?
is about boobs.
It actually is.
It's actually about
It
boobs.
is. Let's set the scene.
So we frequent Penrith because we love the walk out there. And Kate also needed to get new bras. So there's this awesome shop in Penrith called De Bras. Shout out. You guys are great.
They are very good.
So anyway, long story short, I'm waiting there, sitting down outside the fitting rooms, waiting for Kate to get fitted. Next thing, the lady fitting Kate walks out and goes into the back room. 2 seconds, 3 seconds later, maybe a different girl walks out of the back room and says something about the Colonial pub.
Which is a pub that we play at a lot.
And I was thinking,
It's a coincidence.
that's a bit too much of a coincidence. Anyway, so then the lady that's fitting Kate then walks out, looks at me and smiles. And I'm like super observant. So I was like,
What's going on here?
I swear Kate must have told her she's in the frocks.
But it basically came up because, and having a bra fit in's quite an intimate experience.
Yeah, she's getting her hands right in there.
Yeah, actually. I mean,
Cupping those babies,
that's it.
getting them in.
Sorting the girls, making sure that they fit. It's very important. And she saw my tattoo on my leg, which is two skeletons. One of them's playing the drums. So she asked me what the relevance was, and I explained that I was a drummer. She told me that her son was a drummer. Then we just carried on with the fitting. But we came back to it later, and she asked me what kind of music I play. So I said I was in a covers band, named some of the songs. She kept kind of pushing, and I said, "Oh, yeah, I play in the Frocks." And she was like, "You're the Frocks drummer?" And I was like, "Yeah?" She's like, "I'm fitting. I have to tell everyone I'm fitting a
She was so
celebrity." She
excited.
was
It
so
was so
excited.
cute.
It was really cute. And, it's funny because Lauren likes to remind me that I'm not famous and I'm not a celebrity and likes me to kind of, keep my feet on the ground,
Look, you're well
which is
known.
good.
You guys,
The band's
the
been around
band
20
is
years.
extremely well known in Sydney, not
Yeah.
just even Southwest Sydney, like the whole of Sydney, and probably maybe even the state. They've been around for a long time and
Yeah.
you guys are
A lot of
brilliant at what you
shows.
do. So you guys are well known.
Yeah. And they had actually come to see us
Yeah.
play a couple of times. So, yeah, that was a cool moment where there's some public
Mhm.
recognition that happened this weekend in Penrith.
I wonder if there's any times we go out and go shopping and
Yeah.
people see you
Yeah,
but
there
don't
is.
come up.
No, people have told me.
People have told you. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, they say,
When?
"Oh, I saw you and your wife at Penrith, shopping centre, but we didn't wanna come over."
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Hope I wasn't, like, picking a wedgie out or something.
I mean, yeah,
Maybe.
you never know when someone's watching, do
When
you?
you're a celebrity, you've gotta watch what you do.
No, I said I was maybe a minor celebrity.
So funny.
Yeah, so that's a funny story from the weekend.
Yeah.
But it's a funny old life because the perception that people even have of me drumming, because the style that I
Mhm.
drum in is quite animated, aggressive,
It's
and
really hectic, like, really rocky and awesome and
full
big and
energy.
full on energy, like,
Yeah,
"Yeah!"
and then people meet me, and I guess the preconception is that my personality is
Matches
outgoing
that.
and loud and matches that, yeah. But when people meet me, I'm very reserved and quiet, and it's a
It's
big
a
difference.
contrast.
It is a contrast, and I quite like that because it surprises people. They meet me before a show, like sound guys and stuff,
Mm.
and then I play, and they're like, "Whoa, what happened?"
We
In a
all
good
have
way.
we all have different masks, don't
Yeah,
we?
and even what you were saying before about we have different parts to
Mhm.
us, different parts to our
Mhm.
personality and our identity, and that's part of the beauty of life really, is that the more you get to know someone and invest time in them, the more you get to see.
Yeah, even me, I
Yeah,
can come across as in certain moments as very confident,
yeah,
loud, outspoken.
yeah.
What's the other word? Out something?
I don't think I should say.
What? Anyway.
Wonderful in every
No,
way.
like confident, outspoken,
Yeah,
outgoing. That's what I was thinking of,
yeah.
outgoing
You are very outgoing.
at times. But at other times, I'll literally hide behind Kate and make you talk
Like,
to someone like a shop assistant or
takeaway.
takeaway. And I'm like this little baby going, I can't,
Yeah, but I guess
help
that's
me.
where the balance of support
Yeah.
comes in, because we help each other, we
Yeah.
know. It's good.
Yeah.
You take care of a lot of our life admin whilst I'm up here practicing.
I bloody do.
You do.
Like a lot of it. I
Yeah,
have spreadsheets,
that's it.
the bills.
And I mow the lawn and empty the
You do.
bins,
You do.
the maggoty bins,
Oh,
as you may have seen in the week.
so gross. That's so gross.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I think that's a lot of, I think a big part of that is because you have a full time job.
Yeah.
You also gig,
Mhm.
practice amongst every other thing that you have to do around the house as well. I
Podcast.
podcast now, but I do have a full time job as well. However, I do then have that spare time and have the mental
Yeah, I think it's just
capacity to do the other
yeah.
stuff.
I was gonna say I think you have the brain for it,
Yeah.
whereas I'm like, "Oh, I can't even log in, like, it's too stressful."
Yeah.
Whereas you're just like laser focus, get it done.
Yeah.
So that's a good compliment.
Yeah, it is. But I can imagine that for some other musicians, it could be quite similar, or maybe that's part of how they relax is by, the next day jumping on the computer, looking at their spreadsheet and the bills. I'm not sure. But for us, it's definitely that way, but it's got to be done.
It has got to be done. And I can imagine if someone was on a world tour and they're away a lot. Obviously, we've got internet banking and all that kind of stuff now. But your wife or husband, kids are at home whilst you're on tour. That life admin has to carry on.
Life keeps ticking
Life
over,
keeps
doesn't
ticking,
it?
so we all, have our roles to play and our support to give.
I
And
don't know how I'd feel about you going on a world tour,
yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Like, my life will keep ticking. Do you know what, actually, if you think about it,
Mm,
you're on tour, just say, for example, you're on a 6-month tour
yeah,
with a massive, massive artist. You're living that same way for 6 months.
yeah.
So it's almost like time stands still a little bit,
Mm,
even though, because you're doing the same thing
yeah,
over and over again for 6 months. However, my life
yeah.
is ticking over
In a very different
in a
way.
very, very different way.
Yeah.
And I wonder how partners in that
Yeah, I think it's very hard. And
lifestyle.
if you've got kids, they're growing up, they're getting bigger every day, and that's hard to miss.
Yeah.
Those milestone moments.
At least for us, with how you gig in Sydney,
Yeah,
it's local.
it is
I
local.
can still be part of it.
You are.
You know, I can still come and actually be part of that experience, which makes me feel like I'm not separate
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
that life. I am part of it. So I think that really definitely
Yeah.
helps as a partner of you
And
in that
although it
life.
impacts our weekends, it's not impacting like 6-month chunks
Yeah.
every day of the week.
No.
So that's a benefit. That's
Yeah.
another highlight.
Another
Another
highlight.
highlight. But please, if you want to take me on tour, we'll discuss it.
There will be a discussion about that,
Oh, yeah.
definitely.
That's it.
But I think this was a really nice topic for us to talk about because it
Yeah.
is something that's really important because,
Involves the whole family. I think you guys are like the unsung heroes a lot of the time.
yeah, I would, without the ego, well, without a
You
sound of
can have some
ego,
ego. You can pat yourself on the back.
I would, yeah, I agree with that
Yeah.
because it's not that we allow you to do it because I hate that term. Like, we shouldn't allow our partners to
No,
do
but it's
anything, but we
a
support that.
support. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a mutual support. Yeah.
Yeah. And, shout out to anyone who's listening that is
Yeah.
the partner of someone.
Cheers to you.
Cheers. Because it is an important
It is. Yeah.
thing.
And
And
we all need supportive partners, whether you're a musician or not.
I hope anyone that's not got a glimpse into a little bit of it's our family life, really.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
our life is based
And the
around
dynamic.
gigging and music
Yeah. I think it's
because it
quite
is
an
different.
interesting topic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
It is. Well, I don't know about you, Dal, but I think it's time for bed again.
It is. It's been a 41-degree day here in
Yeah, it's so
Sydney.
hot here today.
I love summer, but I cannot wait for it to jog on and jog off.
That's it, yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm so done. Our dog's gone to bed. He's hot. He's like, nah, I'm
I think
done.
when it's cooler, maybe the top knot will come down.
Maybe, but we like the top knot.
Yeah, the top knot's cool.
Yes.
Thanks for listening,
Thank
guys. We really
you.
appreciate the support.
We do.
And we look forward to inviting you to our next episode very soon.
Like and subscribe.
Please.
YouTube. Go over to our Instagram, which is literally just the Offstage Life podcast. Hit follow, hit subscribe. The more you guys do, hopefully in the future we can give you guys even better podcasts.
Yeah, that's it.
We
More
appreciate
interactive.
it. Let us know if there's anything else specifically that you want us
topic.
to talk
Questions,
about.
queries, complaints.
Yeah. Questions would be great.
Yeah, questions that we could answer would be cool.
Topics that we can cover. Yeah.
Otherwise, we're just going to kind of make our own topics up
And
keep
have
talking
just
to you guys.
free counseling sessions.
It
Yeah.
kind of is, isn't it?
Anyway, bye for now.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Bye.